Ren, it is the 8th of September, so it is time to check in on Super September, the month where we are ensuring that all Australians, all of the Equity Mates community are engaging with their superannuation.
Yeah, it is a sleeping giant that too many Australians are not engaging with. We call it the only free kick in finance because of the tax benefits you get and because it enforces some discipline, some long-term investing, some dollar cost averaging. But I think Australians sleep on just how big the superannuation system is. It's now almost $4 trillion. Wow. To put that in perspective, that's larger than the Australian stock market. That's more than double the size of the Australian economy.
Wow.
It is a beast. It is the envy of the world. And too many Australians don't take advantage of it.
Well, helping us engage Australians through Super September is our partner, Vanguard Super.
Vanguard Super's life cycle option is designed to take the stress out of superannuation. It automatically adjusts your investment mix as you age, focusing on growth while you're younger and gradually reducing risk as you approach retirement, all without you lifting a finger.
So check out Vanguard Super at vanguard.com.au/super.
Products issued by Vanguard Super Pty Ltd. Consider the PDS and MD at vanguard.com.au/super and decide if it's right for you.
So last week we spoke about two things. Firstly, logging in and checking your superannuation account because the numbers of Australians who aren't doing that is alarming. And then secondly, once you have done that, check that you don't have multiple superannuation accounts. And if you do, you can simply combine them.
That's right, Bryce. Too many Australians haven't logged into their super account in the past 12 months. Literally just username and password, check that everything's all going okay. But also 1 in 5 Australians have multiple super accounts, which means they're paying multiple sets of fees, which means they're probably paying for multiple sets of insurances, and they are literally giving money away to the super funds and the insurance companies for no reason. And so that was what we said last week. This week, we're coming to you with another easy, actionable tip to make the most of your superannuation, and that is check your employer contributions. Because the stats are pretty worrying. 1 in 4 Australian workers miss out on legally required superannuation payments each year.
Yeah, that is not good.
1 in 4.
Yeah. Now, that's not the employee's
There's
fault.
8 people who work at Equity Mates. That means 2 people at Equity Mates.
I can guarantee no one at Equity Mates is missing their super. Now, you might be sitting there thinking it's your fault. It's not your fault, but you should be checking.
No, it's clearly the employer's fault.
You should be checking to make sure that your employer is paying you. Because, as we said, as of the 1st of July 2025, it is a legal requirement that it is now 12% super contributions by your employer. So make sure you're checking. The good news is it is very, very easy to check that your employer is actually paying you that 12%. All you need to do, well, there's 2 ways really. A, the source of truth is the ATO website or your MyGov account. Secondly, it should be appearing on your pay slip or however you're getting paid, and the information provided to you by your employer should also outline your super contribution that has been made. So very, very simple, but I can check it in my ATO, Ren. It will just show you by date when your employer makes the contribution and how much.
Yeah. Now, for some people, if they're checking MyGov and it doesn't align with the pay that they're getting, currently employers can still pay super up to quarterly. And so you might not be getting paid super every time you get paid your normal salary. That is changing. So from the 1st of July 2026, payday super legislation is coming in that will require super to be paid at the same time as your wages or your salary. But for now, up until that time, check your pay slip because that should have the details. And then, you can check MyGov quarterly, but that is changing. I think it's important to stress that every worker is entitled to superannuation. Just because you're like a casual worker working a part-time job or whatever, you should still be getting paid super. And so make sure you are getting paid because, as we said, it's 1 in 4 Australian workers are missing out.
Now, Ren, there are nuances to it. Of course, if you're a contractor or you're self-employed, you're not going to be paid in the same way. You need to manage that yourself.
Yes. Okay. So to be clear, any Australian employee.
Yes.
Yeah. Because not contractors or gig economy or self-employed, but yeah.
Self-employed, you need to manage your super yourself.
Yeah. Any Australian employed worker.
Yes.
The unpaid super bill for 2023 $5.7 billion.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. So pay attention. Check your employer contributions. Make sure you're getting paid.
Yeah, as
Pretty
we
simple.
said, throughout the month of September, we're going to be sharing super simple tips that anyone can do to make sure you are optimizing your super to make the most of the only free kick in Australian finance.
Super September is brought to you by our partner Vanguard Super. Check out Vanguard Super at vanguard.com.au/super.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.